Thank you. Okay, good evening everyone. John Moody of Moody Mysteries. Sorry for some of the glitches. I don't know, we've had a few glitches in the beginning, which, stream turned off twice, so what I'm hoping for is I'm hoping that the same thing doesn't happen again. If it does, I probably will scream. So I am sorry for starting a bit late. Again, John Moody of Moody Mystery. And right now what we are doing is we were in the middle of exploring Old City. And that's where we are right now. And by the way, there's no music with the game. I think it's some kind of glitch. I tried fixing it and it doesn't seem to work, so there are sound effects, but I don't mind not having music. Less chance of a copyright strike. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let's get started. We'll see where things go. Okay, so what we're going to do is let's continue exploring Old City. Let's check. Oops, sorry. Let's check with our faithful cartographer. Favorite map person. Our bard. And it looks like we missed a side passage here, so I like to check that out. Let's check out the side passage. Interesting. Okay, this lead looks like it leads to a room. Okay, so we do get some monster sounds. 9 crawling wastes. If I remember correctly, crawling wastes are immune to lots of things. But I don't think they're immune to fire, so let's psionic fire these okay, and again this game seems like it's lagging again. Let me just check something on the computer. Okay, there's only one window open, so this should not be lagging as much as it is, especially considering how many cycles we have. Okay, so it looks like this room, except for the visit from Mick the Pick, is a nothing burger. Okay, another branch off the room, so let's check this out. Okay, so we've got crawling waste, stain initiates, crawling waste. Again, this should not be too difficult, but let's speed things along. And as far as combat, we're going to go after the Dane initiates because they can cast spells, not really exciting ones, but still they can. And we're going to go nuclear blast. Oh boy. Let's go level 2. Okay, good. We kicked some butt. Not a lot of XP, but still a decent amount. Again, nothing there. So what we're going to do is we're going to. Okay, I'm gonna do a configuration. I'm gonna dial the delay back a little bit. I'm gonna dial it back to 4 and see if that helps. Okay, so let's see what we've got in this area here. See if there's any more. I just see one more door. Let's see what we... Oh, boy! So, here we go again. But let's have some variety. Instead of doing nuclear blast, Moody's gonna go with his favorite falling stars. Again, you notice that these are not a lot of XP. However, one thing to keep in mind is how we're going through them. See, we're going through them in a way that that we get, we dispose of them quickly. It makes the game go quicker. Time for our cartographer, our map person. Okay, looks like we've pretty much exhausted this area, so now we go down this way. Okay, we have an intersection. We've got 3 bugs. Bugs, I don't tend to worry about bugs just because because of the fact that they're not too bad. They don't cast spells. Some of them can cause poison, but that being said, you know, we've got rules of cure poison. These are probably bear weevils, judging by the amount of damage they're taking. Yeah, my guess would be bear weevils, which we won't know because we defeated them pretty quickly. Okay, let's continue straight. Okay, so it looks like we have a door right here. Yippee-ki-yay. I'm just going to go from my test account. I just want to see something. Yep. Ah, secondhand schizophrenia. How goes the pilfering of ancient ruins? Well, so far we haven't really found anything to write home about, you know. We haven't found any treasure chests. All we've been doing is battling monsters. I haven't seen I don't think I've seen it. You know, I've seen one treasure chest and all it had was like a key, you know. Let's see, okay, good. I just want to make sure that we have some room just in case. Yeah, we do. We have some room here, so. Okay, I was going to say this is unusual now. Blackbirds, there's about 10 million possibilities for blackbirds. Ravens, NBD, no big deal. Night rooks, vampire rooks can paralyze, be a little bit careful. Dragon rooks, they can breathe. I think acid fire crows, they can breathe fire. The worst I've seen is, spectral ravens. Ugh. They are not fun, but there actually is a fairly easy way to kill them. And then the worst is vampire. There's also vultures. And then there's vampire vultures. Vampire vultures are terrible because they can drain hit points permanently. Permanently. Unless DFortae is being a meanie. I think these are vampire rooks. That would be my guess. Yeah, probably vampire rooks, I'd agree. This is one of the okay. Just letting you know there is an ad break coming up. It's actually a little bit sooner than expected, so okay. Okay, so let's see where and one tip I'm going to throw out at you is whoever has the Journey map kit, put it as the very last item in your inventory. That way you're not busy scrolling down. You just know, okay, it's at the very last item. So I just immediately scroll to the end. Voila. Okay, let's see what's here first. I think this is the first intersection. Yep. Okay, this is interesting. Okay. Ooh, we detect something. Okay, so before we check that out, we're going to check this out. Sheesh. Okay, ad break, so use this time to literally take a break, hit the bathroom, etc. I'm going to use it to get a drink. Well, my concern is that okay, ad break is over, so I want to welcome everyone back. Oh boy. Okay, I'm trying to think of the best way to go after these monsters. And I think, honestly, I think a dual approach is in order. Oh, great. We're gonna have a bunch of blindness, etc. Okay, great. Okay, so let's see what we've got left. Okay. Well, we did thin the herd a little bit. Let's go after the monks. Let's go with a lesser mind flay. And if Helgraf gets lucky, Helgraf may be able to get off of falling stars. Okay, good. That's going to thin the herd a little bit more. Darn, Helgraf got blinded again. Whoa, Helgraf at least casts falling stars, even despite the blindness. Woohoo! Sparkle gets advancement. Woohoo! 9 hit points for Sparkle. You gained a skill and Sparkle. We're going to do Sling. Physical, let's see. Ooh, you got a lot. Let's work on scouting. Let's see, 22. So you're not in line to get a level yet, but we'll still boost your theology. And let's save this right away. And let's see what we've got. Sparkle, nope. Helgraf, no. DFortae, yes, but ugh. Okay, let's see who else is blinded. Sparkle, okay, not enough. Okay, good. So we Helgraf's the only one that has whatchamacallit, and we're okay. So DFortae, let's get you healed up a little bit. Oh, I didn't really have to. Shit, sorry. Okay. Let's see, that'll hopefully help character 3 enough so that they can cast lesser conditions on... Oh, Moody, you're an idiot. Oh well, too late. Okay, so let's see what's back here. Oh, another nothing burger. Although we did have fun battling some tough monsters. Okay, so here looks like we have a couple of 1x1 alcoves. Okay. This one, I'm not too worried about these. Now, one tip I like to do, if I have let's say 3 monster groups and I want to melee them, what I'm going to do is usually I'm going to go after the biggest group. And the reason for that is, especially if I have monsters that can't reach the back row, or monsters that don't have extended weapons or breath weapons, what that does is so you still have 3 monster groups, so you have one group that may not be able to do anything except sit there and look pretty. Okay. I want to welcome everyone in tonight. Sorry, there was some glitches in the beginning. That's why for the late start, and even then I had to end the stream pretty quickly, so I'm here, okay? So just letting y'all know. Okay, good. Well, that was quick. That was a pretty quick, curing. Okay, Donkey, you're a resident. Okay. So it looks like the only place we have yet to explore is that corridor this way, and let's check it out. And the reason I'm rotating is because, okay, ugh, again? Seriously, game? I bet you the 2 Gorns in the back are Gorn leaders. I'm going to go after the dragon lizards because, and the reason being, is because they can breathe acid, but, and so I want to see if I can't knock 1 or 2 of them out. And of course, we're going to do our falling stars. Whoa! What the bleep? Okay, we're in a bit of a pickle here. We're in a bit of a pickle because, let's see. I'm not worried about the Gorn leaders. They can just do, if I'm going to melee, I pretty much have no choice. And see, I can't breathe on the back row. Let's see. So what I'm needing is I'm needing some stuff that I can put on the back row. Okay, Sparkle, let's see. Okay, back up, let's see. Gixer, do you have anything cool that we can use? Sane mind, which is nice, but we don't have any characters that are insane. So Gixxer will just have you concentrate on the Dragon Lord. Let's see. Sparkle, do you have anything special? Hey, Wolfsight CDN, good evening. Hope you're doing well. Oh yeah, it's grinding the swim skill. I'm trying to think where. There's lots of places to grind swimming. Where did you go for it? I'm just curious. You don't have to say, but. Gorn leader. Let's have Sparkle go after the Gorn leaders. Wait a minute. Let's go back. Let's back up. Let's see if Sparkle has a useful spell that we can cure poison. That's nice. Cure paralysis, fire shield, armor plate, bless, identify, sane mind. Moody. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. What have you not been doing? Yeah, good choice. Good choices. Ooh. Okay, so character 3 is going after the monk ninjas. Okay. And so that means Donkey, what we're going to have you do is we're going to have you use the we're going to have you use the oh boy. Poet's Loot. And okay, so let's see what happens. Okay, yay! Oh crap, was that Belka? Was that Belkazor? Was that the guy who's a Dane? Because I know sometimes with the Dane, it's very tough to you know. Well, yeah. And see, that's the problem. Because yeah, sometimes they will attack, you know, because how sometimes monsters are not particularly favorably disposed towards you. Whoa. I'll tell you what, if we don't act soon, Hellgraph is going to be 6 feet under. I don't think it'll go through. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I have an idea. I have an idea. I have an idea. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Hellgraph, no. You're going to do falling stars. What killed our psionic? Okay, so it looks like we now have to update our whatchamacallit. So now we've had one. And if DFortae watches this, I'm gonna hear about it because I forgot to put up magic screen. Okay, so let's save it. Okay, so what are we going to do here? Well, first we need to somehow get DFortae back. Okay, let's see. Who has the whatchamacallit? Okay, Gixxer, you have Resurrect, so... Yay, okay, so now let's get some healing action going. Okay, so we're going to save it again. Okay, yeah, there's the only penalty you get, and I'm going to show you, see, whoa. See, now DFortae has aged, but notice DFortae's life. DFortae's on his 8th life. I'll tell you what, DFortae, at least you're a mook and not like a Felper. Because if you were a Felper, you only have one more life, you know, because Felper's a cat. Oh yeah, remember people turning to Ash in Wizardry 1. Oh. Wolfside, I've been lucky that has not happened. Of course, the trick I use is when I create a character, they get they automatically get 18 they better have enough bonus points to get 18 vitality. Sorry. Okay, so let's have Gixxer use a few moderate staminas. I was hoping that someone would have a stamina. I know half the party is blind. What I'm trying, let's see. Okay, good. Okay. So let's put Hellgraph where they should be. Okay, let's see if we can't rest quickly. And I'll get like a quick rest so maybe we can, you know. Well, woohoo! Yeah, well, no, actually now no one in the party is blind. So that's great news. Let's Hellgraph, let's at least get you back to some health. Yay, okay. DeForte finally. So let's get you some stamina. Let's get you a couple shots of stamina so that you're good to go. You've got an amulet of healing, so I'm not going to worry too much about you. Looks like the only ones I have to worry about are Gixxer and Hellgraph. Ooh, I see a treasure chest. So our looting is going well. But yeah, Wolfside, it seemed like you got some bad RNG with the with some of the NPCs. Now, you're probably it may make the game more difficult because the Dane don't like you. Well, they're not the best of friends anyway. Oh, and the guy that the word. Usually, what I like to do, Wolfside, is if I have an NPC and they say truce, I usually leave. Now, in a regular game, I can save scum, but here in Iron Man, you can't. Let's see. You're good with the Gorn. Good choice. The Umpani and the Monks. I would say, you know, the Terang. Eh. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to risk it a little bit. I'm going to be like, let's see what bizarre monsters we get here. Hey, 8 fungus oozes. You know what? Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm going to have DFortae cast Psionic Fire because... yeah, foot fungus. Mainly because I want to save Helgrath's spell points for in case we need to cast a nuclear blast, which is a good possibility. Yeah, foot fungus. Yeah, there is a fungus among us. Okay, I want to welcome everyone back. And tell you what, if you weren't here earlier, you missed a little bit of excitement. Namely, okay, ugh. Now, remember, Moody, remember that when you are doing, you know, so let's put up Magic Screen, and let's put up Enchanted Blade, and let's put up Armor Plate. There we got our buffs in place, which is what I forgot to do last time. So it was possible that if I did not, you know, that if I had a Magic Screen in place, it's possible that the spell may have been reduced. Because Deadly Poison, what it does first is it tries to instantly kill you. If it does not instantly kill you, then it tries to critically poison you, and then if that fails, then it tries to just poison you. So, okay, so here we've got a chest. Okay, this is I would bet to say that this is, yep, psionic bolt. I'm not too worried about that, okay? I'm not worried. Now, one thing you're doing when you're disarming a track, make sure that the thing turns white before moving on, because sometimes what happens is you click on, let's say, the first one and it doesn't turn white, and then you go to the second one and now it's because maybe it doesn't turn white because instead of it, you notice it's going green and yellow because you got a yellow. Oh, and you notice that we got a red there. Whoa. Okay, I have a feeling most of our characters are pretty full, but in the meantime, we have something that we need to take care of. Now you notice that our sane mind is not working. Now you may think, well, that's what happens is, and especially if we get like a psionic bolt, that's usually pretty powerful. And that's pretty powerful magic, and so this is the thing though, I do not want any of our characters to be insane. I mean, to be because see, the thing I know is some of these characters can really mess up. And what I'm saying in a good way is some of these characters can really mess up. Like Gixxer. Gixxer's got some potent weapons, and so Gixxer can really do some serious damage. Okay, good. So everyone's been cured of the insanity. Let's start looking at our loot. Powder. Okay, instant death. Nothing exciting. Amulet of ice. That seems pretty cool. Ha 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 ha. Sparkle. Powder. Bone dust. Yeah, right. First NPC that comes, they're getting complimentary bone dust. Locate person. That's probably not a bad scroll to have, especially if we're trying to look for an NPC. Oh, cure lesser condition. Heck yeah. Okay, but I don't want DFortae to have it. Gixxer, you're going to take it. And the reason being is DFortae can cast cure lesser condition anyway. So what you want to do in an Iron Man is you want to have as many characters can cast a particular spell as possible. You know, so if let's say there is a character that can already cast that spell, which is probably why I should do this, get, you know, okay, so now we have another treasure chest. Okay. Okay, another treasure chest. Yay. We like treasure chests. Okay, so here we go. Let's disarm this. Let's see what this one is. Okay, so it looks like 2, 3, 5. Ugh. Oh boy. Kiss of death. Now this is the question. Should I go for it, hoping that we don't get bad luck 2 times in a row? Should we take that chance? Okay, you only live once. Inside the chest, neatly swaddled in a waxy wrapping, you uncover an old piece of inscribed parchment. Oh, wow, okay. So the important thing is the parchment. I'm going to check out the loot. I'm going to check out the dagger. I'm going to check out the mace. Nope. Okay. Now, in Hellgraph, remember this. Yeah, okay. Now, Hellgraph, I actually knew that I was going to get the map piece, because in the very beginning, when I went down here, see, there's 2 possible scenarios. One is that when you enter Old City and you take a step, you get one of 2 messages. You get A, you see footprints in the dust. That means that someone's been there and the map is bye-bye. Second message, which is the one we got, is saying that the dust, it appears that no one's been there. And so that I got that message, meaning that, okay, now what I need to do is I kind of need to, you know, see what we got here. Okay, character 3, hazard shield, nice, but I'm not going to, you know, lose any sleep over it. An Ankh of Purity. Now I'm trying to remember which one that increased. So Anga of Purity gives you karma up to 20. Okay, so, and I already know who's gonna get it. I already know who's gonna get it. Hello, Bishop. And one thing, if I remember correctly, I don't think karma is something that you can easily increase. I don't think you can easily increase karma, so, yep. Now what that means is, guess what? We can now pick up the quarrels. Acid bolt, and they can only be used by a ranger. Well, guess what? We don't have a ranger. So we're going to drop these. And now we're going to go back to our sword and see if the sword is anything to write home about. Broadsword plus. So there are a couple that will increase the entire. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I think there's one or two items that you find that everyone will get karma. Reminds me of the Oprah Winfrey. Brimstone nuggets, I'm not sure what they do. Oh, we got a staff. Stave of Witches. Let's see, what does a Stave of Witches do? Yeah, brimstone nuggets, that's what I was thinking. Okay, it casts. Ooh. I'll tell you what. Ooh, it's actually not a bad weapon. I mean, it's not bad. It's like 3 to 12. It's one-handed. It's got +2 initiative. You can use it as a secondary weapon. Ooh boy. It has a chance to paralyze or knock out. It looks like not all the classes can use it. And it looks like it's got amount usages. It looks like it almost has infinite usages. Okay. Okay, so it looks like the problem I have here is I've got my hands are full. You know, if we need something important, we're screwed. And so I think we need to whatchamacallit. Let me check something here. So you got a midnight cloak, a ninja. Oh crap! I forgot. A ninja can use it, but not a fairy ninja. Maidenhead, not a bad. I think that's not bad. A bard can also use it. Yeah, but see, Donkey already has a midnight cloak. I'm also starting to accumulate a bunch of stuff that I don't really need anymore, or that I don't really need to be carrying around much. So, oh, parchment, we probably should. Okay, it's the dragon map. Loot of Haze. Ooh, a flaming dagger. So got a couple more things to look up. So let's see. Let's look up the Loot of Haze. Yeah, Hellgraph, unfortunately, I was not able to get the Rod of Sprites from Wizardry 6. Trust me, I am. I remember in the vanilla version getting one from the Tinkerbell, but in Wizardry 6 they didn't. The Tinkerbell wasn't selling it. Okay, yeah. Okay, so let's see. Loot of Haze. Okay, so Loot of Haze looks like it's noxious fumes, which isn't bad. I could live with that. Let's see, flaming dagger. Okay, flaming dagger, that's not bad. Okay, so I don't know about y'all, but let's just say I'm getting the bleep out of there. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna, you know what, get out of here. Okay, so now I've at least got the map. And of course my map skill is high enough that I can, you know, that I can pretty much see everything. Okay, so we're gonna get up, we're gonna get out of here, and we're gonna visit my buddy. We're gonna visit my buddy. Okay, there's Belkazor. I'm not now. By the way, there's I think 3 or 4 merchants in that you can sell to. If I remember, I think Palookies gives you the most bang for your buck. And I think Belkazor, that Dane, gives you the worst. Okay, so let's see. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so let's see, Gixxer, what do you have? I'm going to pass on the Flaming Dagger, so let's just sell that. And kind of, it's like, I hate to make all these decisions, but it's like, you know, with inventory management. Now, you want to be careful that sometimes what happens is you accidentally click on the steal button. If you do, then make sure you click somewhere like way at the bottom of the screen. Otherwise, you're going to steal, and it's more than likely that you're going to get caught. And if you want to go from, if you want a creature to go from friendly to hostile in under 2.0 seconds, yep, and yeah, and by the way, yeah, especially if you haven't developing your ledger main now. If I play this normally, what I do is is when I play this normally, what I do is I basically let's see what the Bipennis of Reaching is. I may have looked it up before. Okay, I think I know why they call it the Bipennis of Reaching. See, the only thing that the Bipennis of Reaching has going for it is the ability to reach. You know what? And it weighs a lot, so let's dump it. I'm not going to use it anyway. Midnight Cloak. Let's sell this one. Let's see. Let's look up Maidenhead. Sorry, I'm looking things up, but damage not bad. Hypnotize. 15% knockout. It's got a lot of uses. Let's see. Let's hold off on that one. Let's not, you know, let's sell it right away. Let's see what else is out there. Baso Liar is very heavy, so I'm going to get rid of it. There is an ad break coming soon. And I want to thank everyone for coming on in. Viewership's pretty good considering that I, started late and botched a few things didn't work out like they were supposed to. Let's see. Oh yeah, the bone dust. Yeah, I remember. I'm dropping it like it's hot. Let's see what Donkey has to get rid of. I'll pass on the loot of iron skin as much as I like it. Okay, our ad break is over. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we have a bunch of stuff. So we have a bunch of stuff that we probably don't need. Okay, so let's see, sparkle, poison dagger. Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do is there's a few things we really don't need right away. So Robe of Enchantment anyone can use. Okay, so let's check everyone except the ninja. Gixxer, you're pretty good on armor. Okay, Bard. So you've got pretty good armor. Psionic. You've already got the robes of enchantment. And see Hellgraph. So we really don't need the robes of enchantment. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back in and sell a few more things. Okay, so okay, someone has the other robe of enchantment. Sparkle, you probably have it. Oh yeah, but we want to get rid of the chain causes. Yep, you got it. Okay, now there's one more thing we need to do before we split, and that's we're going to uncurse the poison dagger. What? Okay. Okay, good. Oh shit. Crap, it's unusable. Okay. Alchemist, Psionic can use it, Monk, and Ninja. Okay, so let's sell the Maidenhead and the Stave of Witches. And let's sell the Maidenhead. And let's see if there's anything else that we can So Hellgraph has a wand of static. Let's see how nice our wand of static is. Okay, nothing exciting about that. Sorry, I'm trying to do inventory control here. Wait, okay. And normally I'd read the dialogue, but I've read it 10 million times, so I think after a while it's like yada yada yada. Okay. Okay. Now let's see what we've got here. Let's see if there's anything that maybe we could conceivably wield as a secondary weapon. Nope. Let's check out the Holy Dagger. Poison Dagger, which is nice. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? It's pretty close, but I think, congratulations, Sparkle, you're going to be equipping the Holy Dagger. And we're going to sell the Poison Dagger. Okay, now what I want to do one more thing before I start traveling. Okay, ooh. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do some more inventory control. See, the problem is that certain items cannot be sold because they are what's called mission critical items. What I'm going to do in the meantime is I'm just going to start healing everyone in this area, especially this area where it is safe, relatively speaking. Okay. And the thing is, I'm going to rest here. It's not like some of the other places where I could get like, you know, a crazy combination of monsters, you know, which will kill that, which will cast the deadly poison. Okay, so I think everyone's at full strength. Okay, so let's go through our mission critical items. Rebus egg. We're going to need it, but not right now. You know, that's probably not going to come until later. And besides, we can actually pick it up. So we're going to drop it here. Letter to Beauregard, we need that. We're going to need that shortly. I like to keep the maps. Let's see what the Amulet of Ice does. Amulet of Ice. Amulet of Ice. Amulet of Ice does throw an ice ball. Darn it, where's the Amulet of Ice? Okay, good. Okay. Okay, so that's the Rebus egg. Letter to Beauregard. We're going to keep the dragon map just because. Book of Fables, no. We're going to read it. Yeah, okay. Okay, so that's that. Let's see if character 3 has anything. Amulet of Life, Stone of New Life. Nope, we're keeping those. No, Donkey, you don't really have anything that let's see. Okay, so we have a Ring of Deafness. Let's see what the Ring of Deafness does. Okay, ooh. So it does give you a dexterity +1. So let's see. Who in the party has a dexterity that needs, let's see. Nope, we're not going to dexterity. 16, 20, 17, 20. Our bard has a dexterity of 19, so I'm going to still keep the Midnight Cloak, but I'll tell you what, Ring of Deafness. It also gives us some good missile protection, so let's keep it. Let's definitely keep it. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, so what we're going to do now it's time for us to get moving. So now, Orc Ogre Castle, here we come. Okay, actually what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go back. I just realized I forgot to do something. I'm going to go back to the wrong way. What I'm wanting to do, I'm wanting to go. I just forgot that I want what I wanted to do. I want to go back to the to the Arms of Argus. I want to see if we can't get anything for our bard. Because see, the thing is, bard's been using the bow and arrow, which is nice, but I want to see if I can't get something, a nice extended range weapon for the bard. Okay, so let's see if you have anything for the bard. Now, how you know we have an extended range weapon is you see weapon, it says S, that's short range. No. All we have is an auto pistol, and I'm not a fan of that. Sorry. Okay, so now we're leaving New City. Okay, so now we're back on the road again. Okay, so we're battling some stag weevils, nothing really to write home about. Okay, and let me just check something before I go back, before I continue. It's only going to take maybe 5-10 seconds at the most. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Okay, see, DFortae needs training in both artifacts and scribe. So what we're going to do is in these simple battles, DFortae is either going to use a scroll, but not one that we absolutely need. Okay, we're not going to use like a Sane Mind scroll. And remember, to get improve on scribe, you use it during battle. Okay, now here we go straight. If we were to turn right, we would eventually go to Munkarama. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go after the Gorns. Okay, so we're just going to let the battle play out here. Now, some of you may say, well, I thought you were going to use the whatchamacallits. Nope. No, what we're doing is we are using the... what we're doing is we are... this is somewhat of a tough battle, and so I don't want to, you know, affect anything. Okay. Wow, we narrowed it down to one Gorn Shaman. Just let you know there's an ad break coming up. Okay, so we've got Gorn Shaman. Okay, more. Ooh. Okay, I do worry I do worry about the vampire rooks. So let's take care of them. I hope everyone's doing well. It's John Moody of Moody Mystery. Thank everyone for coming on in. And just let you know there is an ad break that's coming up. Once it starts, I'll let you all know. Okay, good. Okay, so we've got an ad break in progress, so y'all know what that means. BRB! See, well, we could do, well, what do you suggest? Because I don't want to owe, but, you know. Okay, ad break is over, so welcome back, everyone. And right now we are on the path to Orc Ogre Castle. Ooh, Liminal 9 redeemed a restaurant. All right, restaurants. Woohoo! And actually, what I'm going to do in the meantime, I'm actually going to look for a restaurant. Okay. A restaurant. Oops, sorry. Now, by the way, some of you may wonder why I'm actually looking it up. Is because I talked about so many restaurants, I don't want to repeat anything, okay? I don't want to be like, let's repeat something. Come on. Ugh. Okay, restaurants. Oh boy. Okay, I've got one. I've got one, and I still haven't. I need to check on it. This is kind of a chain restaurant, but the reason I'm talking about it is because it's a bit of a rarity. And I don't know if it's still the case, but last time I checked, they did have it. There used to be a chain, several pizza restaurants, and they were called Mr. Gatti's or Mr. Gotti's. And it had a lot of resemblance to a Chuck E. Cheese. There were like redemption games and whatnot. But it was in the same realm as like a CC's, where most of the Mr. Gatti's had a pizza buffet. The only, and I would say their pizza was probably a little better than CC's, which is kind of saying like, you know, like you're defeating Frankenstein in a beauty contest. Yeah. You know, it's not saying much, but they do have a decent variety. But it's a good place, and I know there was one in Louisville, Kentucky, and I went to it, and kind of an interesting story, because I like to go there, and I was actually talking to someone in the gym who we actually had a good conversation. She mentioned, hey, I'd like to go there. And I'm kicking myself that I didn't at least say, why don't, and she mentioned the buffet, and I should have at least, you know, at least asked about it, and maybe, you know, we could have met there and went together. Or I could have met her there, which is too bad because she had a lot of good qualities to her, you know, and I'm like, ugh, it's one of those misses. So, well, dating. But yeah, it's a good pizza place, you know. I don't think all of them necessarily have the buffet, and yes, it does have a bit of a Chuck E. Cheese feel to it, provided the parents act like parents, okay? I'll just throw in that caveat. Okay. I'm also going to share a personal note. And I actually been sober about 5+ weeks. I actually started weightlifting this week. It's been a bit touch and go because it seems like sometimes my stomach is, I don't know, acting up a little bit sometimes, and so I kind of like get this like weird feeling in my stomach. It's like, you know, it's like when you don't, when you're like tired, or like when you've worked hard and you haven't had a chance to drink, and you drink a good bit of water and your stomach feels like, ugh. I'm not sure what's causing it, but I'm not a fan of it. And today it actually, I actually felt so bad I couldn't even get a meal at Sam's Club. And by the way, I know I don't think it's on my list of restaurants. It's not really a restaurant per se. But if you want to get if you want to get some pretty cheap eats, it's a good place to go. Usually I'll sometimes get like pizza and a hot dog combo. I may even get a pretzel, but even if I get all three, usually I can drop a 5 and actually get some change. So, and right now I'm trying to look up a few things. You know, but let's see. No, okay, so. Okay, so I'm gonna. Okay, good. Now sometimes rest will actually remove the like malaise, like silence, etc. You know, so that's why I didn't use like the cure lesser conditions. It also depends where you are. I would say I'm in a relatively safe area, and what I mean by that is safe areas is I'm not too worried about having, you know, I'm not too worried about let me rephrase that. I'm not too worried about having monsters that would wipe the floor with me. Now that being said, this is a DFortae mod, so anything's possible. Okay, so what we've done is we've put most of the rangers in the one group to sleep. So we're now just battling. Okay, and now, by the way, there's 6 Scorn Rangers, but you see the number 1 in parentheses? That means that there's only one. That means there's only one Ranger that's active. All the others are either asleep, paralyzed, stoned, which is even better. Because sleep and paralysis, it's if let's say you hit them, you could be. Yeah. Oh, and I forgot the comment about Hellgraph. It's like could be Luna Mothras. Oh yeah. Although Luna Mothras, they're not too bad, but they can paralyze you, so that's why I'm not a fan of them. And we're actually going to get to the area. We're actually going to get to the area that Wolf Site CDN has been hanging out in, which or they may be done, which is Orc Ogre Castle. I'm just going to leave the spear. I don't need it. And sorry, I did want to give you a sobriety update, so. Ooh, crap, ghosts. And one thing about this, the DFortae mods, is oftentimes DFortae will combine monster groups that normally don't go normally travel together. So here we got some spectral moths. Usually they're by themselves, but here they're accompanied by ghosts. And usually ghosts, ooh, ghosts, Ghosts usually are accompanied by maybe like spirits or a wraith, you know. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going after the ghosts. Now, for those of you that are into working out, I don't know where the company is based out of, but there's a lot of protein powder that's marketed under the name of Ghost. You know, and I think it's somewhat maybe a Midwest thing, but I've noticed that there's a lot of it. You know, lot of it in the protein powder. I mean, there's a lot of different, and of course you have your ready-to drinks, which is essentially pre-mixed protein powder. Which honestly, if you want the most cost-effective way, is to actually bring powder with you and mix it right there. But that being said, let's say if you're in a pinch and you don't have any good place to mix it, then probably it's, you know, a ready to drink is not a bad thing. And I remember, I think it was like at Sam's Club, they had like pure protein drinks, and you can get like a case. You'd get a case of like 12, and they'd be like $1.25 each. I don't think they're like that anymore. I think they've gone up, but still, you know. You know, it's probably going to be one of your best deals that you can maybe able to get. Because a lot of the other protein happens to be what I would call overpriced, you know what. The forest clears a bit, and as you step forward, a thunder of gallants approach, surrounding you with swords and spears. Soon a part appears in the crowd of leathered men, and striding up the open channel, a tall, regal figure walks, with the poise and stature of seasoned nobility. Although he appears like the others, deep ochre skin, round-barreled body, and short tusks ascending out of his mouth, as from a wild boar, there's something more concentrated about him, and despite your misgivings about the situation, you feel an unmistakable attraction. How yet more of your kind do come to plague us? These lands belong to the Gorn Empire, and we shall protect them on to the last. Turn back, and we shall leave you in peace. Enter, and die, die. Do you show Lord Galleri the letter from Captain Beauregard? Oh yeah, I'm going to, heck yeah. I see by this letter you bring important news to the empire to the king. Very well then, you shall be allowed to pass. But be warned, much has happened to you recently, and I cannot guarantee your safety. Civil war has erupted amongst our people. A band of assassins, infiltrating Orc Ogre Castle, has slain the great wizard Mercatos. With Mercatos dead, his spells no longer able to protect our lands and keep the peace. Between us, hordes of dissenting tribes have begun to gather in the surrounding fields. My army must remain here, ready for the battle that is soon to begin. Gorn against Gorn, brother against brother, and blood against blood. Trust no one, and be wary, for the prophets would dance this night upon all our graves. Now, you don't really need to talk to him, so this is a good chance to trade. Sorry. Now, you always want to trade because sometimes these NPCs have a key map. Now, there's really only one map that you absolutely need to finish the game. Only one. Okay, now I'll tell you what, it looks like this this lord actually has a pretty good variety here. I'm gonna get some well, no, better not. Better. Better not until I know I need them. But we've got copper gloves. Okay, and I'm gonna have the bard trade. I want to see if there's something that that we can have the bard use. Okay. Sorry. Now, we have the quarterstaff, which, notice that the quarterstaff is only 11 gold, so it's probably a pretty bleepy weapon. And it's two-handed, so we can't, Vologe. Studded club, but you see that short range. Okay, so nothing. We didn't really find anything here. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we don't need this letter to Beauregard anymore. We don't need that, so we're just gonna drop it. This is the only time we're gonna be asked about it. Somewhere. So So it's in this direction where the entrance to Orc Ogre Castle is. Okay, right now I'm scheduling the stream to end at about 2 hours and 40 minutes. And just giving you a preview of Friday's stream. We're going back to Wizardry 5. Our goal is to hopefully rescue the last lost character. That's our goal. The tricky part is the last lost character is on level 2. And hello, Mr. Spock. I too am a lost character. Oh, okay. There's a hymn that I could sing, but again, last thing I don't want to get is I don't want to get like I don't want to end up with like a copyright strike. I hope you're doing well, Mr. Spock. I gave you some sobriety update. My stomach hasn't been the best today, so I'm back to an 8. I've been like 8.2. I've been doing some 8.2 hype. Okay, so we've got some Gorn Lancers and Gorn Spearmen. So the Gorn Lancers are our biggest concern. DeFortae, what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you do some training. Do some artifact training. It's temporary. I don't know what's going on, but it's like sometimes when you really exert yourself and your stomach's like empty, it sometimes has that not so good feeling, and that's what happened today. It was like after I worked out, and so I'm wondering what's going on. Okay, so we're down to 1 Gorn Lancer. 2 should be enough. DeFortae, let's still have you do your training. Strain-based nausea. Oh, I didn't even know there was a name for it. Yeah. But I'm not sure when it happens. It's like there's got to be some type of other, you know. But the thing is, it's not like normally, you know. Mr. Spock, it happens quicker than expected. Like for example, I think I worked out at a hardcore gym. It was like Powerhouse. Almost all the I mean, usually about once a week there would be someone that would do leg work and they'd be throwing up in the bathroom. And in fact, I almost threw up one time. But it wasn't my fault. There was someone that I was wanting to impress, and so yeah, let's load up the leg press. Let's let's go all out and. Uh-oh. Nah, I don't need any javelins. Okay, now you notice I have a problem. You notice I have no ammo. And I think Helgraf has some elm arrows, so let's get those in our in donkeys. Personally, I want to get donkey off of the bow and get donkey into another type of weapon, but not something stupid. Not something stupid like a yeah, but as I said, I think in my case, I think there's something else going on. Sprouting from the ground like a descendant beanstalk, the entry to Orc Ogre Castle lies before you. Yeah. But as I said, I think, okay, I think mine is also, I think mine may be part of it that I'm either drinking too much water or not enough water. Okay, just letting you know there's an ad break coming soon. And I also don't see myself going past the 2-hour and 40-minute mark unless we get raided. And I'm actually seeing only one person who could potentially raid me. So who knows what's going to happen. From above, heavy gusts of fresh air rush past you, winding into the deep recesses of the castle. Would that you could ride this wind to make your journey short and to the point. As it is now, you must stand against the very fortress itself. The stones of Orc Ogre Castle are old, centuries old, and it makes you wonder about the history of this place and its people. You think of how little you really know about them, and that is you who are the alien intruders. Okay, and of course we would get a raid during an ad break. So Camilio RGJ, which stands for Retro Gaming Junction, is raiding with a party of 8. And hey, hello Camilio RGJ, and as in to stick with tradition, seems like you have raided during an ad break. So, but welcome on in. We're actually now up to Wizardry 7. This is still the DFortae mod. Right now, I'm not gonna explain much, but I'm just gonna wait for the ad break to end. Okay. On Camilio, I hope you've been doing well. Let us know, hey, heck, let us know what you've been playing. And welcome on in, Raiders. I'm John Moody of Moody Mystery. I've actually started to get back to a regular schedule. So Wednesdays I've been doing Wizardry 7. Fridays is Wizardry 5 PC. Mondays I'm doing Ultima 4 NES. I may try to squeeze 1 or 2 more things in there. I may even try to squeeze a Camilio favorite, which is one of the Ultima games. I think Ultima 7 Part 2. Note sarcasm. Okay. Okay, so yeah, it's telling us about how we are the intruders. So let's start exploring. Okay. Dead end for now. Another dead end. I mean, I shouldn't call it a dead end. It's like another gate. And one thing about gates is usually interesting. Unfortunately, we don't have the music. I've been trying to get the music back on, but It's like, okay, so let's save it. I know it's an Iron Man run. Camilio, you actually missed our first character death. We had a character who got hit with deadly poison, and they didn't even get poisoned. They just withered and died. Okay. Now, before you all panic, my only concern is the fact that the Rangers can blind you. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have our front line go after the leaders. And we're gonna cast some area of effect spells that basically pretty much affect everyone. I have to go with falling stars. I'm sorry, but if you watch my Wizardry 7 solo character playthrough, you will notice that I leaned on falling stars. This may be overkill, but when you're doing an Iron Man run, there is no such thing as overkill, as I learned previously. Okay, we probably didn't need the falling stars, but still. We don't need a spear, and we don't need armor. Okay, let's see. So Hellgraph, let's have you do heal wounds on Gixxer. Okay. Now DeFortae, I'm not going to worry about healing because DeFortae does have an amulet of healing. So that's actually going to give DeFortae some healing along the way. And let's try to rest out here a little bit. Okay, good. And let's go in here. Oh, that's unusual. Usually when you enter a room, what happens is you usually get an encounter. Not here. Okay. Now it looks like we only have one way to go. You know, because these two doors, these are doors that are locked. I mean gates, excuse me, that are locked. Okay, so we have no choice but to go this way. As I said, about 2 hours and 40 minutes. That's about when we're going to call it a night. And I'm gonna I actually and of course once the time hits, and I'll give you kind of like countdown, like I'll say this is the last, you know. Please do not poke the prisoners. You detect faint movements from within the prison cell. So apparently they don't want you to poke the prisoners. Don't poke the prisoners. Pokemon. I don't know if any of you had Facebook. But one of the early features that they introduced was what was called poke. And what poke was essentially what you did. It's kind of like you poke them. It was kind of like a way of saying, hi, but in kind of a annoying way. And I always had a few Facebook friends that would always that sometimes would decide let's do poke wars. Orc Ogre, Armory, and Supply. Now that's true in most places except in I think Hawaii. They don't poke, they poke. Or something along those lines, I forget. Yep. And also, as I said, I'm looking at other maybe pop-up streams. I really want to get the Ultima 7 Part 2 going again. I'm curious. I don't know how many people are going to do Halloween streams, but I'd actually like to do one. Or it's or Pokey. You know, I think that's how you pronounce it. Okay, now these two areas have some fairly tough encounters. So what we're gonna do, this one I'm not too worried about. Inside the barrack stands poised a horde of feisty Gorn. Okay, Lancers, Rangers, and some other Gorns. Okay, so I'm going to go after the Rangers. I don't know what these Gorns are, so I'm just going to put them to sleep. And Hellgraph, let's ice ball the Lancers. Sorry, I'm getting an idea here. And the idea that I'm getting is that the Psionic, as the Psionic has a bullwhip and darts, maybe the Bard could use them. And I don't know if the Psionic can use bows and arrows, but if they can, maybe we'll just switch those out. Okay, now you see that the Gorn Rangers, you see there's a 0 in parentheses, so that means they're all in La La Land. And I'm still gonna use the Poet's Loot. Let's keep them asleep. I've been having so much fun, I forgot to shout out Camelio. Go, if you haven't been following Camelio, go follow him. Does a lot of retro gaming. Not sure if he's still here, but go follow him anyway. That being said, I've had a few people like in other streams say that most of us probably know who everyone is. You know, it's probably to the point where I bet you almost everyone in here is following almost everyone else in here. And it's not a complaint, it's just reality. It's just, you know. But again, I'd rather have, okay. So key is important. I'm going to pass on these. I'm just going to take the mace just in case. I don't think it is what I think it is. Yep, crown key. That's for upstairs. Mace. Spiked club. Not even close to what we're wanting. Drop. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so short bow. Okay, psionics cannot use that. Okay. Bards can use the barbed whip. And bards can use the poison darts. So that means that we would need to, if we wanted to, we would need to find something for DFortae. And pole and staff or wand and dagger would be nice. Okay, so what I always like to do is I always like to go through the map for completeness sake. Okay, now. Hey, Cody, how you doing? Glad you could make it in, even though it's about the last, close to the end, but that's all right. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to... Ooh, cool. Okay. Ooh, wow. A surprise. Cody, I have a question. When are government inspections, when are they not surprises? It's not like the government's going to tell you, hey, we're going to be coming down there in 2 hours, and so what you can do is you can like hide anything that's illegal, you know, etc., etc. They're not going to do that. They're just going to be like, hello. It's time for Inspector 13. Okay. This may be the last battle, I do not know. Okay. So warning, this is a tough battle, so guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna load up. We are gonna load up here. It's time to get our buffs going. That's a good point. Always meddling in my affairs. Well, it depends. You know, The only people that are allowed to be meddling is the Scooby-Doo gang. They're allowed to be meddling. You know, they're a bunch of meddling kids. Okay, here goes nothing, knock on wood. Now, in the past, I'm just going to say this, this is possibly the last battle. Okay. Okay, ooh. Giant lizards, oh boy. Okay. Okay, so a couple ways we can play this. Me personally, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to bleep around. We're going to go after the Gorn Ashigaru. Maybe I'll use my generic term. I'll call it the whatchamacallit, DFortae. You're going to do a Mind Flay. Level 4, and Hellgraph, you're going to do a Falling Stars level 5. We're not like putzing around here, okay? Good, we got rid of 3 out of the 5 Ashigaru. They're the nasty spellcasters. Okay, yeah, giant lizards. Okay, good. Spell reduced. Okay, we only put one of them to sleep, but ooh. Okay, good. But you see that having that magic screen up is very beneficial. That's very beneficial. So we've got 4 Komodo dragons. And most of them are pretty, how can I say this nicely? They're in pretty bad shape. Okay. I'm going to take the key, but I'm also going to take the spear just because okay, so let's see what the key is. It's an armory key. Oh, Cody, I know what you're talking about. If you're talking about the that one place. If you're talking about that place, I think you are talking about. I'm not going to say anything. Okay, so we are now in the armory. So what we're going to do is next time we're going to raid the armory. Stick around for the raid. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so we're gonna raid Kilgore Trout. Stick around for the raid, please. Make sure that you follow the rules of no backseating and no hints. Yep. Okay, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you on Friday.
Tomorrow.
And Moody Mystery just raided the channel, because hey, Wizardry Crusader in the last event, eh? That's a raid. Thank you, Moody Mystery. Thank you very much. So anyway, apparently it should be here tomorrow. Or so they say. Well, thank you for the raid there, Moody Mystery. Yabba dabba doo. Click on the follow link there.